Most people spend their entire lives chasing money. Money, more income, more status, more things. And yet somehow, the harder many people chase it, the further financial freedom seems to move away. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Money is often a side effect, not the main goal. The people who build lasting wealth usually become obsessed with something deeper. Value, skills, ownership, leverage, while everyone else is desperately chasing paychecks. And that's why many high-income people still feel financially trapped. They earn more, but never build wealth. Today, we're going to break down why chasing money directly often keeps people stuck, and what truly creates long-term wealth instead. Because once you understand this shift, you may never think about money the same way again. Part 1. The Trap of Chasing Money. Most people are taught one financial strategy. Work harder, earn more, spend carefully, repeat. But there's a hidden problem. When money becomes the only goal, people begin making emotional decisions. They chase shortcuts, quick profits, temporary trends. They ask, how do I make money fast? Instead of asking, how do I become valuable? That difference changes everything. Because fast money without skill often disappears just as quickly. This is why lottery winners go broke. Why athletes lose fortunes. Why sudden success collapses. Without the mindset and systems behind wealth, money alone is unstable. Real wealth is rarely built through emotional chasing. It's built through strategic creation. Part 2. Money follows value. One of the biggest mindset shifts successful people understand is simple. Money follows value. The marketplace rewards people who solve problems. Think about it. Why do certain people earn millions? Because they solve expensive problems, build useful systems, create businesses, capture attention, improve efficiency. The larger the value, the larger the financial reward often becomes. But most people focus only on income. They want rewards before becoming valuable. That's backwards. A person with rare skills can rebuild income repeatedly. A person with only temporary money often loses it. That's why wealthy people invest heavily in skills, knowledge, networks, systems, reputation, because those things continue producing value over time. Part 3. Why high income doesn't always create wealth. Many people believe wealth is simply high income. But some of the highest paid people in the world are deeply in debt. Why? Because income and wealth are not the same thing. Income is money flowing in. Wealth is what remains and grows. A person earning thousands every month can still be financially trapped if their lifestyle expands constantly. They own no assets. They rely entirely on active work. Their spending is emotional. This is why many people become richer without becoming free. Every raise creates bigger expenses, bigger cars, bigger houses, more pressure. Meanwhile, true wealth often grows quietly, through ownership, investments, businesses, digital assets, skills, systems, things that continue creating value even when you are not actively working. Part 4. Stop selling all your time. One major reason people struggle financially is because they only know one way to earn money: trading time for income. Now there's nothing wrong with working, but effort alone has limits. There are only 24 hours in a day. That's why wealthy people often focus on leverage. Leverage means creating systems that multiply effort. Examples include businesses, investments, content, teams, technology, digital products. Imagine spending 10 hours creating a YouTube video. That video might continue generating income for years. That's leverage. The internet changed the rules. Today, ordinary people can build scalable assets from home. But many people remain trapped because they only think about immediate income, not long-term ownership. Part 5. The dangerous addiction to looking rich. One of the biggest obstacles to wealth is the obsession with appearing successful. Social media intensified this problem. People now compare their lives constantly. And comparison creates pressure. Pressure to spend more, show off more, upgrade constantly, impress strangers. But wealthy people often understand something important. Looking rich and being wealthy are very different things. Many financially struggling people buy luxury items to feel successful temporarily. Meanwhile, real wealth is often invisible. Investments are invisible. Ownership is invisible. Discipline is invisible. The millionaire next door rarely looks like a movie character, because true wealth focuses less on image and more on freedom. Freedom of time. Freedom of choice. Freedom from survival stress. Part 6. Build skills before chasing money. If you study people who consistently succeed financially, you notice something. They usually become extremely skilled. Communication, marketing, sales, leadership, problem solving, storytelling. Skills create options. And in today's world, digital skills are becoming incredibly valuable. A person with useful skills can start businesses, freelance online, create content, build audiences, generate opportunities globally. That's powerful. But many people want rewards without developing competence. They chase shortcuts instead of mastery. Yet mastery compounds. The better your skills become, the easier it becomes to create value. And the easier it becomes to create value, the easier it becomes to generate income. Part 7. The power of long-term thinking. Most people dramatically underestimate the power of compounding. Not just financially, mentally, emotionally, professionally. Small improvements repeated consistently create massive results over time. One skill learned today. One investment made consistently. One audience built slowly. One business improved repeatedly. That's how wealth usually grows. Not through sudden explosions, but through patient accumulation. Unfortunately, modern culture trains people to crave speed, fast success, fast money. But wealth often rewards patience. Trees grow slowly. Businesses grow slowly. Trust grows slowly. The problem is most people quit before compounding begins. Part 8. Focus on ownership. One mindset shared by many wealthy people is ownership. They try to own things that produce value, instead of only consuming. Ownership changes everything. When you own a business, content, investments, intellectual property, equity, systems, you create the possibility of income beyond direct labor. This is why creators, entrepreneurs, and investors often become financially independent faster than people relying entirely on salaries. They build assets. Assets continue working. And over time, assets can create freedom. Part 9. The real definition of wealth. Most people think wealth means luxury. But real wealth is often much simpler. Real wealth means having control over your time, having peace of mind, having financial stability, having options, having freedom from constant survival stress. A person earning less money but controlling their life may actually be wealthier than someone earning millions while trapped by pressure and debt. Money matters. But money without freedom becomes another prison. This is why chasing money emotionally often fails. Because money alone does not solve internal emptiness. Real wealth is external and internal. Financial stability, mental clarity, purpose, freedom. The world constantly tells people to chase money. But the people who build lasting wealth usually chase something deeper. They chase value. They build skills. They create systems. They think long-term. They focus on ownership. And eventually, money follows. That doesn't mean money is unimportant. It means money works best as a result, not an obsession. Because when your entire life revolves around chasing money directly, you often sacrifice the very things that create lasting wealth. Patience, learning, reputation, discipline, purpose. The goal is not simply to earn more. The goal is to build a life where money becomes a tool, instead of a constant source of fear. And maybe that journey begins the moment you stop asking, "How do I get rich fast?" and start asking, "How do I become so valuable that opportunities naturally begin to follow me?" If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more deep lessons on money, psychology, wealth building, and financial freedom. And in the comments, answer this question. What's one skill you believe could change your financial future if you mastered it? Your answer might reveal the direction of your next breakthrough.